Oh, good morning, everybody. Once again, it's just so lovely to see faces here and to see you in the Zoom room. And for those who have done the cutouts, to be able to see you're actually like you're seated in the chairs here. We'll have a shot of it later in service, so you'll get a sense of what it is that I'm seeing. But it really does just open your heart. I don't know about you, but as this holiday season has rolled around, instead of it bringing me a sense of anticipation and joy, I find myself struggling with disappointment. And I find myself struggling with some real profound grief around over 1 million people have died from COVID worldwide. More than 250,000 Americans have passed away because of COVID. We have people in our community who are profoundly and directly impacted by what's happening. And then there's just the fact that I don't get to go to Chicago this year. I don't get to spend time with my friends and my family. The touchstones, places and spaces and people that are touchstones in my heart, in my life, that enable me to feel supported and to feel loved. And so one of the things that I'm reminding myself that I wanted to share with you today as I talk about this idea of gratitude, what is that exactly, is that our grief and our gratitude are not in competition with each other. Really just think about that for a moment. That our grief and our gratitude are not in competition, especially in this teaching, that we have the capacity within us to be present, to be fully present to whatever is arising within us, because we know that that is not all that we are. And that as we allow ourselves to stand in loss and pain and fear and anger and frustration and all that the litany kind of goes on, that we can also stand in gratitude for what is right now. So there's a song which in some ways means that I don't have to do a talk today because the song is just so beautiful, which I'm going to start now. It is by Carl Pantle. It's not by Carl Pantle, but Carl is singing this song. And I just invite you to really listen to the words and to let them open your heart. Carl.
I've got a roof over my head. I've got a warm place to sleep. Some nights I lie awake counting gifts instead of counting sheep. I've got a heart that can hold love. I've got a mind that can think. There may be times when I lose the light and let my spirit sink, but I can't stay depressed when I remember how I'm blessed. In a city of strangers, I've got a family of friends. No matter what rocks and brambles fill the way, I know that they will stay until the end. I feel a hand holding my hand. It's not a hand you can see. will shepherd me through delight and despair, holding tight and always there. Grateful, grateful, truly grateful I am. Grateful, grateful, truly blessed and duly grateful. It's not that I don't want a lot, or hope for more, or dream of more, but giving thanks for what I've got makes me so much happier than keeping score. In a world that can bring pain, I will still take each chance, for I believe that whatever the terrain, our feet can learn to dance. Whatever stone life may sling, we can moan or we can sing. Grateful, grateful, truly grateful I am. Grateful, grateful, truly blessed and duly grateful. Truly blessed and duly grateful.
Ah. Truly blessed and duly grateful. In the midst of whatever you're in the midst of, whatever that may feel like, the invitation there is to just breathe into that space. And that is what it means to be in gratitude. That's what it means to be in gratitude, not about the conditions that are going on in your world, but to actually just be in gratitude for the fact that you actually are. Right now, you are. The I am. That's what we get to stand in our gratitude for. In Thessalonians 5:18, it says, give thanks in all circumstances. And you know, when you read that, you sort of go, give thanks in all circumstances, 1 million dead. Give thanks in all circumstances. And the key, there's 2 key words. The first one is all. Can you show this slide, Thomas? The key word here is all. So it is in all, even 1 million dead, yes. Even in 250,000 dead, yes. Even in the midst of what's going on with this post-election craziness, yes. Because it's this first word right before it, in all circumstances. You're not giving thanks for all circumstances. You're giving thanks in all circumstances. That means that we get to practice what we really believe and teach here, that we are something that is eternal, that is infinite, that is more than just what's showing up in time and in space. And so whatever is showing up in time and in space is an invitation for us to remember who we truly are, what we truly are. Infinite beings of love and of light. That is who we truly are. So can we breathe into that together? Can we breathe into in all circumstances? Not for all circumstances, but in all circumstances. So my invitation to all of us today is because I miss you. As I kept sitting with how this talk was going to unfold, I kept seeing this interactive experience with people sharing what it is that they're grateful for. Because as Carl sang so beautifully, what is the hand in the hand? How do we support each other? It's through this sacred community, through sacred fellowship, that we get to stand and anchor ourselves and the world in light and in love. So as I sat with this idea of like, well, how do we share? And I thought, technology. Technology. And we're going to see how well technology actually works here, because it's already not working, because it already logged me out. So I created a burner phone number, which I would like to share with everyone right now. So we can show that slide, Thomas. So what I'm going to invite all of us to do is to actually text me. So this is not my real phone number. This is a number that I created just for today. And it will be completely anonymous because I don't have my contact list connected to this. So anything you send, I will have no idea who is sending it. So there's anonymity here. And I would love for you to share, and I will read things out as we're talking. Even in the midst of blank, I am grateful for. So even in the midst of feeling as if I don't get to see my friends for Thanksgiving in Chicago, I am so grateful to know that our friendship is so strong and so clear and so true that I can feel them in my heart even if I can't feel them in person. That's what I am grateful for, one of the things I'm grateful for. So I would love for you to start texting me what it is that you are actually grateful for. We're going to keep the texting number up underneath me while I'm talking so that you can see it. And I'm hoping that my phone will actually work. It seems to be frozen. Let's do this. Technology is a gift. I am grateful for technology. Even when it doesn't work the way I want it to work, I'm still grateful for technology. Here we go. All right. So, and I want to say that whatever it is that you're being grateful for, I invite you to not worry about it being big. It just needs to be authentic. It just needs to be something that you honestly and truly can be grateful for. So I have, even in the midst of separation, I am grateful for authenticity and vulnerability. How many of us out here are feeling vulnerable right now? And actually, what a gift that vulnerability is, right? That vulnerability is allowing us to show up in a heart-centered space in a way that we never, ever would have thought before. In the midst of COVID, I am grateful for a job that I love and working through Zoom. Can we all give an amen to anyone who was able to still continue to work? I know a lot of us haven't been able to, and we're going to hold all of that too, right? But for those who were able to work, what a gift that truly is. I was worried that I wasn't going to get any texts. That's nothing I need to worry about. I can clearly see that. Even in the midst of the pandemic and isolation, I am grateful for my spouse and my pets and our health. Yeah. You know, one of the things is every time I go outside and I see people with masks and I look around with people with masks and I sort of have that weird, like, wow, we're in an altered reality. One of the things that I remind myself that I'm grateful for is that how much we all love each other, even if we don't know each other, that we're wearing a mask. What a gift that is, right? What a gift that is. Even in the midst of the political and social climate, I am grateful for the safety of my children. Yes. Even in the midst of this storm, I am grateful for my overall health. Even in the midst of the pandemic and not feeling grounded, I am grateful for my health and this year's opportunity to look within, being still, and feeling my feelings. So whoever said that, you should be up here preaching right now, whoever sent this in, because this is the recipe for moving through these hard times, is that we feel our feelings. We are a teaching that is grounded in being positive, that is being affirmative, and yet we are not doing a bypass. We are allowed to feel everything that we're feeling. And the reason why is because when we're grounded in this teaching, we know that we are larger than our feelings, that we are the container for the feelings. And so we can allow them to move through us and to change and to shift and to become something new. In the midst of the cold, I am grateful for the snowflakes. I love that. I am grateful for my grandparents. Uncertainty, I am grateful for resilience. We are all getting to build that resilience muscle, aren't we? Okay, so I'm going to take a pause right now because it's telling me that I have to, well, maybe it's all done. Maybe that just did it. Okay. All right. I am grateful my family is healthy, and I am too. Grateful for all those who live in my heart. Let's just take a moment together and just call to mind all who are living in your heart right now. Just close your eyes and just see and know that those you love and those who love you are right here with you. Just imagine that we're all together in this sanctuary right now, that we are literally transcending time and space, and we are coming together in that place, that space of consciousness. Even in the midst of unemployment, I am grateful for the huge opportunities ahead. Our democracy, childcare, I love that one. Even in the midst of gray skies, I am grateful for this connection to you and our colorful unity, San Francisco. Yeah, so we just continue to open our hearts to each other, for my 12-step Zoom community, for improvements to my home, for the clients I have, to be able to walk everywhere in San Francisco. I am grateful for the losses in my life, for they are my greatest teachers. Let's just breathe into that. Grateful for the losses in my life, for they are my greatest teachers. I was reading an article about something called PTG. So instead of post-traumatic stress, it's called post-traumatic growth. And it's actually a real thing, and it's been measured. And part of post-traumatic growth is this idea that when we come, that it's bigger than just resilience, that we go through something like loss, and it creates a space for us to build a completely new narrative about who we are and how we understand ourselves in the world. And so it's post-traumatic growth. And it actually means that we can be grateful for the losses in our life, because they are opportunities, not just talking like, oh yeah, you should be grateful for all that loss, but really standing in the gratitude, because we're invited into post-traumatic growth, into the opportunity to know ourselves better. In the midst of distancing, grateful for the time to reflect. In the midst of physical separation, I'm grateful for the tech that allows me to hear and see others, like Kate's smile this morning. In the midst of COVID, I'm grateful I'm spending Thanksgiving with my mom. Even in the midst of this turbulent year, I am grateful for the growth it has given me. In this middle of this transition, I am grateful for my faith. I am grateful for the time to be quiet and self-reflect and connect with others via Zoom. Oh, I am grateful for my health and this year's opportunities to look within, being still and feel my feelings. So they've done studies that show that when we're grateful, that it actually brings us greater happiness. It actually brings more optimism and more positive emotions. It brings new and lasting relationships. It actually gives us better health. And it actually moves us towards our personal goals. There's the lists of what gratitude does for us, scientifically proven, is huge. We get fewer aches and pains. Can I get an amen to that? More alertness and more determination. We have an increase in generosity and empathy. And I don't know about you, but this world right now needs generosity and empathy. That is the thing that we are being called to show up as for each other, for ourselves. And gratitude is a practice that will anchor this for us. It also lets us sleep better. I don't know anybody who doesn't function better when we actually get to sleep better, right? And then one other thing it does is it improves our self-esteem. Who doesn't want to feel better about themselves? So I want us to just remember that even in the midst of whatever's going on, even if you find yourself in the mornings waking up, as I was while I was on vacation — I was sick actually while I was on vacation, and I kept sort of waking up and thinking, oh God, another day. And then I would stop myself and I would say, thank God, another day. Standing in the gratitude, because what we place our attention upon grows in our consciousness. What we focus on is what we experience. And so gratitude is just such a simple way, for us. Somebody's trying to call me on the text number. Such a simple way for us to be able to ground ourselves. Can you see your blessings? Because what gratitude does — I'm teaching First Steps out in Marin right now, remotely. And one of the things that we teach in that First Steps Absolute Abundance program is that gratitude is what shifts our narrative from lack and limitation to abundance and possibility. So any place in your life right now where you are feeling lack and limitation is an invitation for you to step into gratitude for whatever that is. Can you find something in that? I have shared in my own healing journey, when I was in chronic and constant pain, that sometimes the only thing that I could honestly, truly be grateful for was the fact that I was breathing. And every breath I took caused me pain. But I could still be grateful for the fact that I was breathing. So even in the midst of something that seems to be so completely overwhelming, there is always the invitation, always the space and the place where you can stand in the gratitude. I'll read a couple more of these, and then we're going to move into meditation. I am grateful for the knowing that the divine holds me close and meets my every need. I am grateful for the pandemic because it brought my husband and myself to this church across the country from our home. Can we open our hearts to that? Amen. Grateful to be an American, right? Grateful that our democracy is strong enough to be able to withstand whatever convulsions it might be in the midst of right now. Grateful for a post-traumatic growth opportunity. Oh, in the midst of fear, disappointment, regret of old Dad's house rotting, I am grateful for Malcolm and his love for his friend and their willingness to drain the pipes, and for the tech that allows us to stay connected. Oh, there is just so much to be grateful for. So we're going to get ready for meditation. So as we begin to step into this time of meditation, I'm going to invite you to open your heart and to just breathe in what everyone has been sharing. And just take a look. These are some of the cutouts that we have in the sanctuary. Frank and Noel, can you wave? Because you're on camera right now. And they are surrounded by others that are in the sanctuary. And there's Errol. Oh. And let's just breathe together, shall we? Breathe in everything that people have been sharing, breathing in whatever is alive within you. Because we truly are blessed. Like, really take that in. Even in the midst of all of this, whatever this is for you, we are truly so blessed. So let's breathe in and sing along as we anchor this vibrational field of the blessings that are the very truth of our life right now.